scary.
Seinfuck.
So I've got a problem, all right? So me and the boys, we're going falconing, and some broad in this car going down the highway, I don't know, strikes some sort of bear cub. The bear cub's just there. She's got to go. Apparently she's got an appointment. She's in a rush. Listen, you know me, I'm an outdoorsman, all right? Me and the boys are going falconing, right? We're gonna track and procure falcons. And so now I got this bear carcass in the back of my truck. I'm thinking about maybe eating it. I don't know if that's right.
Wait, hold on. Did you just describe falconing as catching falcons?
Just let him go because I know what he's doing. Just let him finish it, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is. I'm catching falcons. So, because I want to make sure people know that I'm like
you're fishing for falcons.
I'm fishing for falcons.
Oh, I got a big one.
I get my little net out and I just grab them in the woods. You know, me and the boys at the lodge. But yeah, now, anyways, I got this like bear cub carcass. I think maybe that's good eating. Turns out I got a meeting downtown New York City. All right, I got big bank business. I got to have this thing, but I have to have dinner there, which is unfortunate because I want to eat the bear cub because I don't want anything to go to waste. What do I do with it? Because after the meeting, I got to get to the airport because I got to go on a plane. I'm going to Curacao.
I thought you were going to do the JFK, like I dragged the bear carcass to the scene to fucking like stage an incident.
Well, no,
that's what he's asking us to do is that you put it in the trunk of your car, you wait a few hours, and then after it, before your flight, you throw it in the Central Park and stage it like it's a biking accident. Someone hit this bear on a bike.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I had to procure a bike. So I just happened to be going down, like I was in Alphabet City in New York, found a loose bike. It was chained up. So I
stole a bike.
It was a loose bike. It was chained to the side of like some sort of deli pizzeria. So I get my chain cutters out, snap that lock because it's, finders keepers. So should I dump the bear cub into Central Park at the dead of night where no one sees me before my flight?
Obviously, yes. Because then you just have a bear carcass in your trunk until you get back from Los Angeles.
I don't want the smell, right? I asked my good friend, comedian Roseanne Barr. But no, I wanted to go back because I thought that RFK Jr. story was honestly the craziest thing I've read in the news in a long time.
It just sounded like he was trying to explain away the fact that the trunk of his car smells like a corpse.
I mean, no one suspected him of that though, so that's a pretty funny way of going about it.
So we don't know what the FBI is doing right now.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the whole point, Robert.
They were just snapping their fingers like, damn it, he got us.
I just like that the New Yorker is what brought him down. He's like, fine, I'll admit it, I did it. And you're like, wait. Because I didn't even know this was a big story in 2014. Like, that was the other thing.
That someone left a bear carcass in the middle of Central Park.
And to have the connection be it was RFK Jr., and then it took him like this long into the campaign to all piece it together.
I gotta say, in terms of the bingo cards when that bear carcass was first found, I don't think anyone had it was done by a candidate on it.
Not necessarily a candidate at the time. He was a wildlife lawyer, I believe.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, I said
which is probably even funnier.
Not a candidate.
I thought you said a candidate. No, but it's probably even funnier that he was a wildlife lawyer that just dumped a bear carcass in the middle of. It's like a Better Call Saul episode's gone horribly wrong.
He was the nation's greatest environmental protection lawyer, and now he eats raw meat and has a worm in his brain.
No, he's the brain worm guy. Yeah.
That's the thing. I saw someone post a meme where it was just like, normally like, oh, just leave the bear carcass, and then like the worm in my brain being like, no, make it stage it as a biking accident in Central Park. Because that's the thing, there's no bears in like Central Park, like so like to get
every month in June there are a bunch of bears in Central Park.
You're right. There's not
only that, but you have to count the carcass as a bear in Central Park, regardless of the fact of its deceased status.
Oh, that's too true.
Do you count raccoons as bears?
In another chapter of JFK is a fucking psychopath.
He's not a psychopath. He's just a strange guy.
Listen, no, he's a victim of the parasite in his brain.
He's a victim of the parasite, but at the same time, he was like, well, I guess that's just the redneck in me. Motherfucker, you are a Kennedy.
Yeah,
you are the closest thing we have to royalty.
Yeah, I think he's just not been advised enough, and that's why he said all these things. If you heard him speak, he's actually like a really coherent guy. He has the numbers. He tells you like it is, and he should probably be the Democratic nominee if it weren't for the fact that he said all those things about himself.
He's running as a libertarian.
No, he's not even the libertarian. He's like an independent candidate.
Is he now independent? Ah, fucking Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
Because I found out that the libertarian candidate is a guy named Chase Oliver, who doesn't sound like a real person.
That's fair.
You're like, I need a white guy's name. Chase. You look at the Chase Bank, you're like, to Chase Bank, and then you see like a,
Olive Garden, Oliver.
Chase Oliver. Leader of the Libertarian Party.
Like, Liber, there's just a Spanish library or a Spanish book. Liber, tear. I have tear in my clothes.
Speaking of terribly boring things, the sky is falling in stock world. If you have a crypto bro friend, check on them. Make sure they haven't got that job at McDonald's back. If they did get it back, probably give them a call and express your wishes that they don't jump off the nearest bridge because they've lost 30% of their earnings. So I'm reading actually on Audible, A Fire Upon the Deep. Have you guys ever written or read a cheesy novel from the 90s?
Plenty.
Based in the sci-fi genre?
I think so, like when I was in high school especially. But yeah, I haven't read a cheesy 90s novel in a few years.
No, my dad loved his old, dadcore, novels, like all the Tom Clancy and such. Those were specific. Don't forget Snow Crash and things like that. Those are fun.
Well, this is a batshit novel from the 90s written by a guy who probably, if he did get pussy, got extremely strange pussy.
Okay.
It was like,
he died of the goth pussy.
Who knows? Who knows if he's alive or not?
Who knows if he's alive or not?
He's written a story where he introduces alien characters as a name. In this book, something like Jackarama Fan, right?
Sure.
And you're thinking, what a strange name. That's a very weird name, Jackarama Fan. And then he refers to him in individual portions of that name, like Jack, Oram, and Fan, as separate parts of the same guy without explanation. What? It turns out that these are wolves and they're in a wolf pack, but you don't find that out until about 3 chapters later.
What is this book? What is the name of this book?
A Fire Upon the Deep.
Fire Upon the Deep is a terrible name.
Yeah.
It's
got great concepts, though.
What are the great concepts is such the most backhanded insult to a novel I've ever heard. It's got great concepts, meaning it's written terrible. The characters are fucking dumb as shit. The plot is completely unrecognizable, but it's got good concepts.
My favorite part of this book is that there's an evil AI, a perversion, right?
Yeah.
And it's escaped into the deep space internet, right?
Sure.
There are humans, because humans are its primary target, that believe this is their way to transcend it into the after whatever in this world. And they're on the internet. They're like, this is a class 2 perversion. Why are you guys listening to it? Why are you helping it? And they're just like, you fucking idiot. It's not a fucking perversion. It's going to help us ascend, even though it's clearly malicious.
Okay, hold on. So, A Fire Upon the Deep is a 1992 science fiction novel by American writer Werner Vinge. It is a space opera involving superhuman intelligences, aliens, variable physics, space battles, love, betrayal, genocide, and a communication medium resembling Usenet. A Fire Upon the Deep won a Hugo Award.
So wait. So this is like set in space, but there's werewolves.
They're a primitive culture that were happened upon, which is interesting in a book about how the known universe is completely explored.
I'm not finding anything about wolves on the Wikipedia page.
Well, they're not precisely wolves. They're called like tears or something like that.
Tines?
Tines, that's it.
A race of group minds, each person. Okay, so everyone's a pack. It's okay. Weird. That is strange.
Yes, and it's a really weird book. There's a lot of like selective breeding in the wolf packs, and that leads to incest, which is like the downside of having multiple members.
What's a space opera without incest?
What's a space opera without incest?
That's the name of this episode.
What an great statement. Yeah, I think this is what sci-fi is missing now. This level of what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, what I love is that the title, I just looked this up, and it goes like, the title's called A Fire Upon the Deep, but on the Wikipedia page, it goes, Ving's original title for the novel was Among the Tines. Its final title was suggested by his editors. Like, they were like, this.
The editor made a terrible decision.
Oof.
Nothing new.
Yeah.
He was censored.
He got censored for sure. But I do think A Fire Upon the Deep is a better title than Among the Tines, because you don't know what a tine is.
Yeah, I think it sounds like he's trying to do a bit of Jack London, like who runs with wolves kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, the sequel was called A Deepness in the Sky, and then there's The Children of the Sky, and that's the end of the saga. I'm assuming you're going to finish the saga? You're going to read the trilogy?
Oh, but of course, because I'm absolutely ensnared with this batshit saga already. There's so much happening, and it's such a dense story, and it's like a hyper-advanced spacefaring society that operates on Windows DOS. It doesn't make any sense.
Yes. It's literally like, typing things. I was
typed out like it's in SQL or something like that. Like it's a post on 4chan. Yeah,
what
Usenet.
their comparison is.
I don't know if you've ever seen anything posted in Usenet format, Malcolm. Have you?
No, I haven't.
Imagine reading an email with like 9 extra steps.
Oh, no.
It's such a good way to describe that.
It's like sender data from explicit subject of text, and then the actual text of message.
You just have to be really specific for some reason.
It's hyper specific. They might as well give you the IP address. Like it's a ridiculous way to phrase anything, and it's just taking up entire pages in the book. This was recommended to me by a friend, by the way, and I forgot about it until I saw it in my Audible. I was like, this looks like a cheesy 90s book cover that you'd see in your high school library. And that endeared me.
It's really worn and yellow, and so many pages are bent and folded.
And I showed this to him because I forgot that he showed it to me, and he was like, I recommended this to you. I told you I couldn't get past the second chapter because it's a batshit book.
I mean, I kind of relate a little bit about that with like some sci-fi, because I've read some fucking awful sci-fi. I read fairly recently, I read the 3 Body Problem trilogy. The 3 Body Problem, the what is it actually called? The Woods in the Dark or something like that. And the third one. I really wish I had stopped after the fucking second novel, because the third one makes no fucking sense. It is bad. It's a 3 Body Problem, The Dark Forest, and then Death's End. Death's End is the most, I can't read it. It's so bad. And it fucking won Hugo Awards. Why do terrible novels keep winning Hugo Awards?
Because they can't get New York Times bestseller stickers. Back then, they were very
That's so mean, Harper.
What? That was $15 they didn't have at the time, so they had to settle for the Hugo Award.
Yeah, I wonder, like, what is the criteria to, I'm working on a piece, right? And like, what is the criteria for me to submit?
If we submit you for a Hugo Award?
Yeah,
you're not John Scalzi, so you can't win. You can't beat him, so he's going to beat you.
Well, I mean, I'm not submitting it under my name. I'm submitting it under my pen name, obviously.
Any pen name that we should look out for on your smut submissions, Malcolm?
Yeah, my pen name is going to be just Sasha Husband. But it's spelled differently. It's not spelled the way you think.
Let me give you a new pen name, Malcolm.
Okay.
I think you're going to submit under Roger Ingball now.
That's a really good novelist name. Harper, did that come off the dome?
Yes, sir.
Is that a real author that I have to look out for? Because
probably not.
Watch him just be like a Nazi or something.
Yeah.
Knowing Harper's luck.
No, that would be my luck. Yeah, Robert, you're going to be Thaddeus Morgan.
That's gotta already exist, right?
Thaddeus Morgan. It's a common enough name. It has to be,
Google
right?
Thaddeus Morgan. He sounds like a pirate. Maybe
his
that's
last
just
name's
Captain Morgan. Yeah.
this is because you're thinking of Captain Morgan.
You're
racist.
You're always thinking about the drink.
You're racist against pirates.
I thought you were going to say that his name was going to be Thaddeus J. Trump.
Thaddeus J. Trump.
Famous cousin.
He was an author.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what?
Really?
Yeah.
What are you
Thad
writing?
Morgan.
Thad Morgan. Well, that's Thad Morgan. We're talking about Thaddeus.
But his name is Thaddeus.
Yeah, but he went by
Thad is short for Thaddeus.
Yeah, no,
He's
but he
got a
went by
point.
Thad, all right? And that's, I think you got a little wiggle room. You get to pick the real, you go all out. You're not going like,
he wrote,
Thad.
he's credited at the History Channel. He wrote articles for the History Channel as Thaddeus Morgan.
Oh, well, that's nothing.
He's a long-form producer for CNN. What are we doing? Come on.
Now he is a long-form producer. Before he wrote for the History Channel.
Robert, you could write for the History Channel right now if you wanted to. Just submit a 150-word essay on fucking Adolf Hitler.
They
and
have
you'll get on the
no
History Channel.
money.
That's why he's writing for them.
Listen,
for credits.
listen, here's the thing. I think, Thad Morgan is, probably, he's doing his best. He's probably a good writer. I don't want to like a real
Thad,
person.
if you're listening, Thad, reach out.
Thaddeus Morgan, we got you, boo.
Tell us why you're writing for History Channel. Are you just into the what shows? Is he
I think he's
credited
no
under
longer
before
writing for the History Channel.
What shows is he credited under?
I don't know, but I saw there's a book that's published by Outskirts Press. It was compiled and edited by a guy named Jim Reese, and this is the name of the book. It's called Recollections of Thad Morgan, the man who could make God cuss ... and laugh.
What?
Well, he's glazing him. He's doing tricks on
The
it.
man who could make God cuss
and laugh.
He's twerking on it. I can't believe
and
it.
It's the tales of an unorthodox successful school administrator.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not kidding.
What the fuck?
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
He's got a book about. Can you just see him like dictating to this author? He's got one foot on his chair. He's like fucking.
He's got a fucking old timey pipe in one hand.
Hold on, let me go on Amazon.
Back when I was 30, they told me that being principal of an entire 350 student school would be impossible, but I showed them through discipline and physical corporal punishment that I could do it.
Holy shit! Sorry, I'm looking on the book. So the book is on Amazon, so you can do like the preview. Someone wrote a poem that is called "Only God Can Make a Thad, and Only Thad Can Make God Cuss." A message from God, and it's like, and it's just a long poem about this man.
They made a poem. Okay, there's nothing more sad in the world than writing a poem about a school principal.
Administrator, Robert. He's a little bit more high up.
Okay.
One stormy day in March when things were going bad, the Lord...
You didn't go to college for 2 years, so you could call him a principal. Okay.
The Lord looked down upon the earth and said, "It's time to create Thad. To create such a creature will really be a test. This man will have his own strange style, different from the rest. His life will not be easy for the jobs that he must do, but when the tough days come around, I'll see him through. I'll start at the beginning with the most important part. Though he may try to hide it, he'll need a caring heart. His brain a little different. He'll do things that cause some fright. But he knows what he is doing, and he's doing what is right. He will growl like a pit bull. He will rant and rave and rumble. He'll shake his finger in your face, and he'll make away and mumble. He'll chew on his tobacco, looking for a place to spit. Never bring him a petition, or he'll have a holy fit. It keeps going. I'll start him out as a football
fucking
coach.
Christ, jerk him off, why don't you?
Yeah, it would probably have been a lot easier just to, give him a quick hand job than it would have been to write this poem. I hate people who fucking glaze office administrative staff. Those people do not care about you. And if they do care about you, very rare. that an office administrator will care about anything.
When he interviews and hires personnel, he will always go first class. He won't tolerate excuses or a job that's done half-ass.
What the fuck?
All right, that's
for the students
that's
in
all.
this.
We'll stop reading it.
Please stop.
Stop.
I gotta have you. You know the fact that you said stop. I have to continue, right?
No,
well, that just makes you annoying. So don't do that.
No, this is why I have to do it because you guys don't like it, and I have to.
You're not getting anything up on me when you do this. You're making yourself look like ass.
No, you're the one who looks like ass.
Oh yeah, I look like ass right now.
You never,
Go on, keep reading the poem, Malcolm. We'll let the listeners decide. Go ahead.
All the comments on this are just going to be Malcolm. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, see, I think I get comments being like, Malcolm, you deal with a lot of like American imperialism, and it's great to see you crush some American dreams.
I just get comments and say like, Robert, you seem sad.
Well, that's also happening. But no, it just goes on.
I get a lot of what's wrong with Buck? Is he autistic?
Oh.
Yeah,
that's real. I actually get those comments. You guys are.
I'm sorry for sending that, Harper. Malcolm's just in his comments. I really love this Malcolm guy. He's got a funny perspective.
Malcolm's just botting his fucking replies now.
Oh man, if only.
If only. Malcolm, when are you going to start doing the pause game on Instagram where like you insert a 1/15 second slide of your nipples into the fucking dance video that you're uploading to TikTok?
Because I don't do dance videos and I don't
start doing dance videos. This is why we're not fucking popping off on the charts all the time, all right? Because Robert said he won't do any dick videos. He's not doing any more dick dancing. He said he's retired.
That life is behind me.
Yeah. Dangles Delilah, unfortunately, different life.
I got to hang up the jock strap. It's a young man's game.
Melons McLeod is on the menu, however, so I think that you should consider.
I love that alliteration. Melons McLeod is on the menu.
Imagine you're a cowboy, Malcolm.
You got spurs and asses.
With that Melons McLeod. That's a great nickname. I gotta say, I gotta love. It is like that old timey, like that sounds like like a cowboy or like I played baseball in like the 1900s.
Exactly. You know that's so true. Like, can you just picture Malcolm at the plate? He's stepping up. He's got a big bat. Yeah. He's on a team of like 40-year-old guys who look completely out of shape. And he's like probably the tallest guy on the team. Yeah. Probably the only one who looks like he should. And it's just like, coming up next to the bat, weighing in at 195 pounds, standing at 6'5". It's Melons McLeod. Everybody on the New York Knickerbockers is going to give him a rousing round of applause.
That is a really good old-timey announcer voice. Where has that been hiding?
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
Melons McLeod has struck out only one time this season at the hands of McCutcheon.
Harper, you really should try improv.
I would probably get chased out of whatever improv I'm holed up in.
No, you'll become a star, and then in like 3 years, you'll be like on Dropout, doing like
you'll be on Dropout,
where every improv guy wants to be.
Or you'll just be like, oh hey, why is Harper's on? Wait, don't tell me. That's weird.
If you can imagine me on Dropout, those guys have such a quick wit. That or it's edited to make them look like they have such a quick wit.
I think it's definitely a heavy helping of both.
Yeah, because you obviously do.
That's good. I mean, I guess I would rather be edited for if I have like 7 minutes to be like, I can do this. Think, dude. If not, I'm just going to get in like a fetal position in front of that guy that looks a lot like Pay Money Wubby. I don't remember his name. And I'm going to be like, I don't know what to do. Please, God, help me.
Are you talking about Sam Rice?
No. The guy who looks, the red beard, red hair host guy.
Brennan.
That's Sam Rice.
Yeah, it's just,
Is that Sam Rice?
Are you talking Sam Rice or Brennan Lee Mulligan? There was a time.
No, Brennan Lee Mulligan's a funny guy.
Yeah, I like Brennan Lee Mulligan. You're talking about Sam Rice, the guy on Game Changer.
Yeah, the guy who probably got like selected out of a hat to host this show.
Well, his dad was Secretary of Labor for George Clinton. For
George Clinton.
I don't think that has anything to do
I don't know
with
why
that.
I said George Clinton. For Bill
George
Clinton.
Clooney, Secretary of Defense for George Clooney.
Well, Secretary of Labor. Get the fuck out. Also, Robert Reich is also a YouTuber, which is very strange to me to have a former cabinet member be a YouTuber who releases videos every week.
I would love to see that. Can you imagine the president vlogging, Malcolm?
Well, a former president was just on Kick with Aiden Ross.
Pretty bad.
And where Aiden Ross is
Did
violating campaign finance laws by giving him
Did you see him give him that Cybertruck? He looks like he hated that Cybertruck.
Oh, you know he hates that Cybertruck. Because here's the thing. Here's my belief. Donald Trump, I don't believe, knows how to drive.
He's from New York. It's possible.
He's lived in New York almost his entire life.
Yeah, he's been in New York his entire life, except for like the 3 years he was at Wharton. There's no need for him to have drive. He has a driver. And the thing is that like the problem with receiving a car like that is that there's an expectation that like, oh, he'll get into the driver's seat and then drive off. But he can't do that if he doesn't know how to drive a fucking car. Like
he shouldn't do that either if he's a presidential candidate.
Yeah, well, I don't think presidential.
Or you should.
I don't think presidents, current presidents, and like presidential candidates are allowed to even drive.
I'm not. That's a good question.
True.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Well, I wouldn't let Joe Biden drive.
I only know this fact, unfortunately, because I watched an episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee with my grandmother, and it was the Barack Obama episode, and Barack Obama made a whole big deal about the fact that like he couldn't drive and that he was only able to like basically
I can't drive
in the at the time of his presidency when the interview took place, all he could do is drive around in a circle and like at the White House front lawn where like
that is ridiculous.
I can't drive. It's not because they won't let me.
It's because like
I don't know how.
A sniper or someone took him out.
It's not because I detest you as a human being and I really am uncomfortable by your presence. I just want to.
The Secret Service has advised me not to ram this car into the side of the White House.
To end this conversation. Yeah, no, I mean, it is kind of strange. I mean, Joe Biden tested that like electric truck like a couple of years ago back, like, didn't he?
Wait.
Yeah.
Didn't he was driving off somewhere when a reporter asked him something about Israel.
No, he was riding a bike.
No, he was getting into a truck. And this reporter was just like, any comment on Israel? He's like, no. And then she's like, is there any way you could talk about Israel? He's like, not unless you stand in front of this truck when I floor it.
How did we not see that? That's on the level of now watch this drive.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. That could have been one of his many clones, however. One of the many Biden clones walking around out there, I'm being told. This is probably true that there are stunt doubles, but now I'm being told that they are refrigerating duplicate Bidens to serve throughout his presidency. As they do with Clinton every time he is in public. I think they actually just have the same Clinton the way that he looks. They just haven't left him in the fridge long enough to expire. We'll see. Hillary Clinton spits green eggs into the water glass that they use to ferment. Help me.
We just wanted you to keep talking.
Yeah. I could go back to the poem.
Please don't.
Let's go off.
Please don't.
See, this is what happens. I trained you well.
So a little bit of personal news. I just got back from driving 4,000 kilometers. I am so fucking tired.
Oh, nice.
Oh, poor baby.
Where were you driving?
You didn't even walk. You drove.
Fuck you.
What a bitch. He's complaining about driving.
Okay, I won't fucking even talk about it. Damn.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should shut up. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Let's see. What I had for breakfast today? Great question. I had a garden salad.
You had a garden salad for breakfast. What are you, a fucking lizard?
I had $5.
You went to Salad and Go, didn't you?
Yeah, well, no, actually I went to the Work Cafe. Thank you, Work Cafe, for allowing me to spend my hard-earned money at work. I hate
on food just marginally better than
well, that's the price you pay for not preparing ahead of time. And I had a thought as I was coming home from work today. You guys probably don't have many collectibles hanging in your rooms, do you?
No,
unfortunately not.
I move a lot. Things change.
I'm a minimalist.
Would you have collectibles hanging up in your room by choice?
No, but I'm a minimalist, so I have a weird aversion to stuff.
Minimalist, huh?
Depends on what it is, I guess.
Does that mean you can't eat pork?
No, I can eat pork.
See, Malcolm liked that joke, Robert. What the hell's wrong with you?
I breathed out of my nose. That's the best you were going to get.
He didn't like it, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't like my allusion to Abrahamic religions. However, what would you have hanging up in your room if you could, Robert?
Swords, probably.
What do you think the bitches would think about those?
I love that shit.
You're a swords guy? You're like...
But you can't...
I'm less of a swords guy now than I was when I was like a teenager, but I did have like a shield hung up on my wall. And if I had the time, money, and energy to do henna, I fucking would. God damn it, it's fun.
I'm going to battle you with my blade.
This is what I was thinking about because I have a couple wall scrolls.
And for my honor, for my lady,
I will going to fight you.
I'm going to fight you.
I'm going to save the damsel in distress with my sword. It gives me +2 to charisma.
Robert's leaning in like a 6 out of 10 he pulled from the bar into his room. You know, he's showing him his collection.
Yeah.
Rapiers I got from St. George. It's a fantastic piece.
Hey,
you'd like
it's
to hold
fine.
my sword.
Even though I like swords as a teenager, I still got laid. It's all good, guys.
But you bring them home now is what I mean, Robert.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
They look at this. I looked at my wall scrolls and I was just like, oh man.
You're like, hey, babe. You're like drunk now. You're like, hey, babe. The only sword that matters is the one in my pants.
I lived with a guy who had hentai all over his room.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and he just had all kinds of wall scrolls and posters of girls doing a higo and fucking...
He kept the tame stuff out in the living room, but there was still stuff out in the living room.
The tame stuff?
That is another problem I had with it, that it spread from his room like a cancer into the rest of the house. There was just hentai all over the walls.
Pornographic tumors spreading throughout the house.
And it was so funny listening to him bring women home because they would walk into his room and you'd always hear, oh, wow. And you'd be like, yeah. And she's like, I'm going to go. Nah, she was there to smoke his weed. They stayed. In Arizona, when pot was illegal, if you had a car and weed, you got women. And I don't...
it's hard to explain that.
It was an economy, all right? Women, they love 3 things, apparently. It was pretty good.
No.
So, yeah, blesses up to that guy. Hope he's doing whatever he's doing.
He's got to be in the most epic dry spell of his life at this point, now that weed's legal.
Oh, I wouldn't
now
know.
that weed is legal. That's pretty funny.
Well, I think the weed still costs money, Malcolm. And as long as they don't have a car to drive to the dispensary, I think he's still getting it.
Yeah.
All right.
Is it even legal to, like, you know, once you turn like at least 21 to not have a car in Arizona? Is that like, are you even allowed to?
No, you can.
You're certainly going to be miserable. You're certainly going to be fucking miserable.
You know, Robert, you were there, but you are no longer there, and you kind of got pushed out of there, and you don't own a car, so.
No, I kind of don't want to buy one. I had a car for many years, though.
He was worried about driving it up to my house because there was a crack in his windshield, and he thought that the sheriff were going to pull him over for it.
I drove a beater white truck, and I had been pulled over in Carefree every fucking single time I had gone into that goddamn town.
I got pulled over once.
And I didn't have my registration, was not up to date at the time. I was going to get fucked.
He got pulled over once because they thought he was a day worker.
I got pulled over more than once in that fucking
once in Carefree.
Imagine if you just put on like
Scottsdale jurisdiction.
You just put on like an Estonian accent just to fuck with them. I'm looking for some crazy
What is this insurance you're talking about?
Registering to the cash or the credit?
Fuck.
I've been learning Russian.
That was good, Harper. I loved your impression. That was.
Do you guys know that the Boston's baseball team used to be called the Boston Bean Eaters?
The Boston Bean Eaters? Ew.
The Boston Bean Eaters.
Oh, no.
Found that out today.
Oh, that's real bad.
I think Bean Eaters, it's like right on the edge of being racist.
No, it's more. Oh, that is over the edge. That is over the edge and into the cliff.
Who's it racist towards?
Like Latino people.
It's in Boston.
Yeah, I don't.
In Boston in the 1890s, how many Latinos could there have been?
Quite a few.
A few.
You're lying to me.
How many red are in Washington D.C.?
You're asking me how many are in Washington? Is that what you're saying?
You gotta.
Well, they're commanders now, Robert. That's a good question, though, Robert. We'll have to poll and find out. I'm assuming there's a lot of natives there, Robert, if that's what you're trying to ask.
I'm going to have to read a People's History of the United States, and I'll let you know.
Look, bean eaters, because they're in Beantown. Boston, historically called Beantown.
Is it?
It's not a racist thing. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I bet you at the time that it wasn't
Boston baked beans.
Yeah, as racist as it has aged up to be.
What the hell are Boston baked beans? When was the last time you ate Boston baked beans?
Did you ever get one big Boston baked bean before?
Sounds like a euphemism.
No, it's I guess it's a real thing. It's Boston.
I don't believe it, and I'm not going to Google it. Therefore, I don't have to.
Boston baked beans, candy coated peanuts. What the fuck does that mean?
Peanuts aren't beans. They're not even nuts.
No, but that's like a brand. I think Boston baked beans is a brand.
Look, you guys are inserting racism where it isn't because you're very sensitive to the issue. I understand the need to be sensitive, but in this case, bean eaters is not a racial.
Sorry, I'm looking up the Boston baked beans, the candy coated peanuts, and it goes, "Don't worry, Boston baked beans are really not beans. They are a crunchy and delectable sweet candy coated peanut made using the panning process, which in this case is layers and layers of red candy coating." What the fuck am I reading? What the fuck is this?
They're baked beans.
Why are they called? Hold on, I gotta look up why it's called Beantown. Why are we calling Boston Beantown?
You know what's funny is that it's called Beantown, and the town with the big bean monument is Chicago.
Bean is Chicago.
Yeah. Why did they put the bean in Chicago? Why is the freaking bean in Chicago?
Whatever the bean in Chicago.
Yeah. Why is Boston called Beantown? Puritans who faithfully observed the Sabbath by not working or cooking on Sundays prepared giant crocks of baked beans on Saturdays, which were kept warm in their hearth throughout the weekend. Soon enough, did I say hearth?
Losers.
Hearth.
No, that's how you say it. It's just funny that they kept them on their hearth
throughout the weekend. Soon enough, visitors started referring to Boston as Beantown. Why does everything have to come back to the goddamn Puritans?
Why do you guys think it was racist?
I forgot that Boston was also home to the Great Molasses Flood.
That is true. Harper, we grew up in Arizona. Bean eaters did not mean what this fucking thing meant.
Why are you calling people that in Arizona?
I wasn't calling anybody that.
We all ate beans here. I guess this is a facsimile of a bean town, wouldn't you say, Robert?
I don't want to indulge this anymore.
What do you mean indulge it? I'm asking simple questions. Malcolm, do you like beans?
Oh, he's just asking questions.
I'm asking questions.
I'm asking questions.
Oh my gosh. Oh my.
Do you like beans, Malcolm?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of beans.
Do you like putting them in your mouth? And you're a bean eater.
Yeah. I only do it in the city of Boston, though. That's my.
They're gonna call you Beansy McLeod.
No, I'm Melons.
So
McLeod.
He's no longer Melons. Malcolm Melons McLeod.
You'd be. I think your nickname, Harper, would be Bucky Beans. That would be you. It'd be
Bucky Beans. Harper, you got Bucky Beans up to the bat.
Bucky Beans is out. Yeah.
New rookie from South Carolina.
I want to be the pitcher, so I would be a historically bad pitcher with that kind of name.
Bucky Beans.
Yeah, you came up from the minor leagues because the major league pitcher died of malaria.
Like Bucky Beans on the bump today for the Baltimore Christ lovers.
Baltimore Christ lovers.
He's got his first pitch on the bat. That's way outside for ball one. Old Bucko can't find the strike zone because he can't find his dick under his gut either.
Oh no!
What is my old-timey baseball name?
Robert Rigamortis. No,
no, they wouldn't call him that.
No, you're just Thad Morgan. You're just no.
Hold on, I gotta think of one. Just give me a sec. Keep talking. I'll be back.
No. I want to give you the floor for this.
Oh, great. Yeah, can you give me the dropout treatment where you edit out the awkward silence?
Yes, Sasha, you know what to do.
Yeah, you know what to do, don't you? Add more awkward silence and make me look stupid. They call you Woody Delilah.
Woody Delilah.
Whoopi.
Woody.
Wait, Whoopi
Like
or
the-
Whoop?
like the
Woody.
action- like
Woody.
the doll.
Okay.
Like the doll from Toy Story.
I was like, Whoopi Delilah. Jesus.
Oh, Woody Delilah, he's got 2 earned run average on the mound.
Actually, both Woody
Such a good
Delilah,
announcer.
and Whoopi Delilah work because Woody Delilah,
I think Whoopi Delilah
great
would be pretty
penis
funny, too.
nickname for you, but also
Whoopi Delilah is
Whoop.
my porn parody of doppelganger. If I'm Woody Delilah.
no, but Whoopi Delilah also works because you'd be making Whoopi. So
Yeah, that'd be good. I think that this is a good name. Woody Delilah it would be a good one because you
I think so.
Woody
It's good.
Delilah is coming up to the bat. He bats left.
also,
Melons McLeod, first pitch off the plate.
yeah, no, I would also instead of being like just Woody Delilah, it'd be Woody Delilah's. Like I would add an S to the end of your last name.
Why?
Woody Delilah's got 2 bats at the plate. He's asked for timeout while he configures his trousers.
God, that's a lot of figuring.
The count's still 3-1 because no one can stop looking at his stick.
There's only one man I've heard who competes with this man in the trouser game, and it's that French pole vaulter that we've heard so much about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Beansy Bucko has beamed Woody Delilah in the dick.
This is the second hour of the 3rd inning, and he just walked him.
Second hour of the 3rd ending. I thought you said second hour. That would be so fucking fun. It's the old time.
The second hour of the 3rd inning.
This game's gone into its 3rd consecutive day.
He's really been figuring with those trousers now.
We're finally into the 9th. The team is waking up from their sleeping bags, still in their positions. The pitcher has surprised the catcher, and a wild pitch ensues.
All right, that's the game, folks.
Yeah.
Thank God. Thank
And
fucking
it's
God.
0-0.
We're in the 15th inning. Let's just go home.
Yeah, well,
Let's call it, guys. Baseball's over.
I like the modern baseball announcers too. You guys know how these guys talk?
Oh yeah.
You can do the same shit. You've heard them, right, Malcolm?
yes,
They have those in Canada, the same kind of baseball announcers. The yours sound different.
they're the same. I mean, it's
Well, give us your rendition, Harper.
Yeah, well, they sound Beansy up to the bump. Beansy's got almost below 1 whip this season. It's pretty good. And Melons McLeod at the pitch. Just a little outside, he takes strike 1. That's called strike 1. Melons McLeod is awfully good at picking and choosing his at-bats.
They're just a little bit outside. I don't know what that umpire was looking at, but the box has been shrinking and growing just like me.
Right you are.
That's another ball.
That's another ball.
You have to insert him interrupting the color commentary guy with actual
Because
plays.
he's got to keep the play-by-play. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. All
They
right,
take Delilah down on strikes.
he's really figuring with those trousers now.
It's just an old-timey guy next to him. I love the old-timey ball.
I would
callers.
pay money to hear a modern baseball color commentator with a modern day playtime where he just keeps trying to interrupt him to actually do the play-by-play.
That'd be great.
Okay, we got a user submission. This is someone who would be like to known as Vinny Cheese Steaks.
oh,
right.
that kind of works with the theme of our whole episode.
Yeah, it does. That's Vinny Cheese Steaks.
Coming up to the mound is Vinny
That's Vinny
Cheesesteaks
Cheesesteak.
relieving in the 19th inning.
Now, he's obviously been the shortstop for 40 years now.
But we're running out of relief pitchers, and we got to put someone up there.
And he was in the space.
It was in the bullpen, Malcolm.
And the Houston
He
Astronauts.
walked right outside the bullpen, so they just kind of grabbed him.
Yeah, they said, "Oh,
He's just
Vinny,
returned."
Vinny, my man, we got to get you
I
on."
like Malcolm's explanation. We've just returned him from the vacuum of space.
Malcolm, you sound like you were just like, you don't even know what you're doing. Someone just like, we need someone to announce this game quick. And you're like mopping outside the studio.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. That's my version of the bit.
Malcolm, can you ramble like a color commentator, but like with the voice of Foghorn Leghorn?
Okay. Now here's the problem. Now that
he can't do Foghorn Leghorn if you tell him to do Foghorn Leghorn. He has to do another impression and it has to devolve
into it.
Your Foghorn Leghorn watching bad pitches go to the plate.
Oh shit. Listen to the user submission.
Right, fine. Hey Harper, he's literally a chicken.
Oh,
he's Foghorn Leghorn.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
and that was Harper's impression of a Foghorn Leghorn choking on dick.
Come on, you can.
My name is color commentator Fritz.
My name is Cleveland Brown.
Just hold on, let him cook it. I love the idea of the color commentator. My name is Franks, and we're here at the bottom of the knife.
And we're here at the bottom of the knife. I'm
first pitch.
We're here for the pitch. Oh, looks like we got Big Leg Johnson up on the mound. We've got the short.
Shame what polio did to him.
Yeah, it's a shame. One foot is a little longer than the other. All right, that's back in the day we would just chop it off, but thanks to the modern miracle of the sciences, he's still here and he's still pitching. Right, so thank God for that. Anyways.
And thank God for science.
We gotta say thank God for science, and thank God to the snake oil salesman that I call my brother. All right, what
is going on?
I just want to say right now, my brother, he might be in county prison for selling, mineral water to the priest, but we still believe in you, and we wish you well. Anyways,
3-2 pitch.
It's a 3-2 pitch. And swing and a miss by our shortstop, who's up to bat. I
think we've forgotten which one of us is the color commentator.
All the way from that spicy area known as Spokane, Washington. It's teriyaki hot sauce Magoo.
That's awful.
That is genuinely we're gonna have to cut off.
That's actually was one of the Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think it's funnier that Malcolm is just drowning right now.
I'm sorry, Malcolm. I thought that was a home run.
It was a home run, and it turns out it was a swing and a miss. It was a strikeout. I fouled early.
No, you can't be throwing pitches that far outside.
I didn't even do the voice.
I said that umpire, he's not bowling balls.
Oh fuck! I didn't even do the voice right.
You were supposed to do the voice. So this is a question for someone who would like to.
We're not making it out the hood.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're sitting here in the ballpark. It is misty, 103 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a sweltering day here, and I've been drinking nothing but the finest peach lemonade all the way from the great state of Georgia. All right, we're here. The boys are from Macon, Georgia, and we're
Macon, Georgia.
That's great. It's not Sparta, but it's close.
Yeah, it's not Sparta, but let's just say here we know how to. They know how to play with their balls. All right.
That's right, Colonel. And now the 2-2 pitch just inside.
Yeah, now we've got the pitch. Oh, and look, who is it there? Oh, we've got
Well, that's Dingle's Delilah.
Yeah, that's Dingle's Delilah. He's
Dingles. I don't want to be Dingles.
Little tiny pecker Delilah up there on the back.
He's the twin brother of.
He's really not as he's not as good as his son, or he's not as good as his dad.
He's not as cool as his father. Big Dick Delilah.
The legacy of suavity has evaded Delilah thus far.
There's been many debates of whether or not his father is the coolest guy on the planet, and let's just say right now that I've only had sweet tea with one of the Delilahs, and let's just say it was not.
It was not Dingles.
It was not Dingles.
It was not Dingles.
Let's say
Dingles.
Yeah.
I'll tell you though, Colonel, I have had relations with his father. He is a wonderful man, a very considerate man in the South.
He's a wonderful man. I will say that. So. He's a beautiful man. All right, beautiful.
If I ever was watching a baseball game and they started talking about both having fucked some player's dad, I would just go home. I'd go home. I don't care if I was already home watching this game. I would go home.
we passed him like a baton on the racetrack.
The baton on the Mississippi Delta.
Yeah, we were on that riverboat going up, and we were playing cards, and it was down in the belly of the boat. And let's
Colonel,
just
why
say
don't you tell us that joke that he told you while you were on that fishing trip?
Oh, what, sir? I was just reminiscing.
Colonel, why don't you tell him that joke that he told you on that fishing trip down up and down the Mississippi? You told it on the air a few times, but God, I love it so much.
Have you ever stared into the eyes of a temptress?
The 3-2 pitch.
Anyways, you look at that temperature's eyes and you say to yourself, why did the chicken cross the road?
Why, Colonel?
It was to get to the other side.
Oh, God. Dingle's Delilah's father, everybody. Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ. So this is a question from someone who would like to be known as Vinny Cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
Their song recommendation is One Last Breath by Creed.
Creed's a great band. We all love Creed. We all acted like we hated Creed.
For many years, they did get a bad rap, but they're they're enjoyable sometimes.
I agree with Connor McDavid. I think Nickelback's a great band.
They are a good band.
I said it, okay?
Their question is, a question for each of the boys, what is your favorite fun fact? Like, just a fun fact you like to whip out when you're at a party or the conversation gets dull.
That's a good one.
See, here's the thing. I don't have fun facts. I have weird, sad facts. Harper knows this firsthand.
Yeah. Well, what's your favorite one, Robert?
The inventor of the saxophone, Adolph Sax, died nearly so many times as a kid that his neighborhood that he grew up, all the people thought he was a ghost.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's Adolph Sax. Hey, I'll read you the Wikipedia article. Antoine Joseph Adolphe Sax was a Belgian inventor and musician who invented the saxophone in the early 1840s, patenting it in 1846. He was also invented the saxotromba, sax horn, sax tuba, blah, 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 blah. While his given name was Anton Joseph, he was referred to as Adolphe from childhood. His father and mother were instrument designers. Where is it? Yeah.
Did you read the whole Wikipedia article at the party too?
Yeah, I do. Sax faced many brushes with death. As a child, he once fell from a height of 3 floors, hit his head on a stone, and was believed dead. At the age of 3, he drank a bowl of acidic water, mistaking it for milk, and later swallowed a pin. He received serious burns from a gunpowder explosion and once fell onto a hot cast iron frying pan, burning his side. Several times he avoided accidental poisoning and asphyxiation from sleeping in a room where varnished furniture was drying. Another time, young Sax was struck in the head by a cobblestone and fell into a river, almost dying. His mother once said that he's a child condemned to misfortune, he won't live. His neighbors called him Little Sax the Ghost.
The Little Sax the Ghost.
Do you have one, Malcolm?
I guess one of my favorite fun facts is this is an NHL one, spoiler alert, but I like to whip it out, especially when I'm in Toronto, is that the last time the Toronto Maple Leafs won a Stanley Cup, it was closer to the sinking of the Titanic than the time period that has elapsed between now and when they last won the Stanley Cup.
Well, do you ever do the divisible multiplication factor of teams when the Toronto Maple Leafs last won the cup?
Yeah, I like doing that.
Well, what is it, like fucking 7 times more teams?
Yeah, well, they've never made it past the second round of the playoffs in the history of their in their franchise, even though they're an original team, because back when they won the cup, you only needed to like basically go do like 2 rounds, or no, maybe it's 3 rounds, like third round. So they've never made it to they've never made it past that point as well. So that's also very funny to me. Like the Coyotes, the Phoenix Coyotes have more success in the playoffs, technically speaking, than the Toronto Maple Leafs do. So that's what I like to throw out.
I followed a guy, Malcolm, on Twitter who once hated the Coyotes because he's a local sports fan, of course. So he hated the Coyotes because of the failure they represented in Arizona sports. And when they finally left, he was he was like, good, we can finally get a fresh start. And Leafs fans were very much dancing on our graves because we made jokes about Matthews coming home. And he would retweet them from time to time going, the Coyotes will still get a cup before you. Anyway, mine is that dolphin pussy feels just like a human's.
Oh.
Whew.
Dolphins are capable of manipulating their vaginal muscles in order to provide maximum pleasure. Women cannot.
Yep.
Dolphins secrete a substance that allows you to feel like you are endlessly ejaculating.
Have you never heard of Kegel?
Cannot. Dolphins are... Do you think they're going to do that for you, Robert? Get real. Get fucking real. They're going to lie there, just like they always do.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus, Harper.
Oh.
Dolphins are more capable of forming long-lasting, intimate relationships with humans, and have done so. Dolphins can get depressed like people if you form a relationship and leave. Dolphins won't leave you for another man with more money.